And I quote you, Betsy, all the time of it's all an experiment, right? And there's something just very forgiving and easy about this concept of let's learn together, let's treat each other. I guess respect is another one of the Scrum values. Let's treat each other with respect. Let's have the courage to take those experiments, and let's be really open about it.
Hi, I'm Betsy, and I'm so excited to be celebrating the 5-year anniversary of my company, FreshTilt. To celebrate, I'm having a series of conversations with professional collaborators who have inspired me over the course of the past 5 years. The series is called Fresh 5, since we're celebrating 5 years of FreshTilt, and since the conversations are around 5 minutes apiece. My hope is that you will get a glimpse into the awesomeness of these people through the conversations, and that you might also be inspired yourself. I hope you enjoy.
Becky, thank you so much for joining me for this conversation today.
Yeah, happy to.
Yeah.
Thanks for including me, Betsy.
Absolutely. So for our chat today, I would love to focus on coaching. And here I mean like the actual one-on-one professional coaching. Mm-hmm. So I was lucky enough to recently have you as my coach as I was working through a period of professional transition and clarification in my own life. You really have such a skill in holding that coaching space and being a mirror to the person who you're working with. I found that approach really helped me explore ideas more deeply than I could have on my own. And this approach also has really sort of inspired and motivated me to consider different angles as I'm going through this decision-making process before moving into action. So thank you for that.
Oh, my pleasure, Betsy.
So my first question for you is, as we focus on coaching, do you have a personal story about an experience that made you really believe in the power of professional coaching?
I do. Here is my story. In one of my past professional roles, I was an Agile coach and Scrum Master at Nike. And I had one particular team that was going through a lot of strife. And it got very personal for them. They had a situation where one of their key team members was feeling very disrespected by the rest of the team. She happened to be female. The rest of the team was male. And she was worried about it and wanted to go to HR, and that one of the folks told the rest of the team about this. And so it made everybody just disintegrate into a state of distrust. So they just really did not have enough psychological safety. So I took it upon myself to sit down with each person multiple times and just listen. What are their concerns? What's going on? And with their permission, I shared them with the management. So we all kind of had a better idea of what was going on. And so this wasn't about how do you do Scrum or how do you do Agile? It's how do you feel psychologically safe together? There was a pretty happy ending. One of the people ended up leaving the company, but he, I think, was on the verge anyway. I don't think it was just because of that. But the folks that remained were willing to come back together and start over both with how do you use Scrum in their daily processes and start over in rebuilding trust with each other. So
wow,
I felt great. I'm still friends with them.
That's a really powerful story. Thank you for sharing that. And I think it just underscores how it really is about like these individuals, like from the Agile Manifesto, right? Individuals and interactions over any kind of processes, tools, frameworks, rules, roles, any of that. It comes back to the human.
Right.
So yeah.
Exactly. You're welcome.
So thinking about coaching a little bit more, I'm wondering, is there anyone who inspires you as a coach who you would want to have dinner with if you had such an opportunity?
Oh, yes. So this was a very fun question to consider. And I had more than one answer, but there is someone who stood out. A little context. So when you go through your training courses at the Coactive Training Institute, you have 2 what are called front of the room trainers. And you get to experience these master trainers who've been just doing this for decades as they take you through the coaching skills that you need. One of them was a woman named Leslie Lupinski, and she's been involved with Coactive for probably over 20 years, but she passed away recently. So I didn't have much experience with her besides this one course, a couple days course. And I didn't get a chance to work with her more, but she just really lit a bright light around everything she did. And she was just so silly. Like she would literally have castanets in her hands in the class, and she wore these beautiful scarves, but it wasn't just about being silly. It was about having that as a conduit to going deep. So I have a quote here. It's from a page where people were putting their thoughts about her and their experiences with her. So someone said this: Leslie in person was red, lively, spicy, warm, clever, funny, mischievous, and insistent. And those words are, I hope that, I feel like that would be my coaching style, and it is my coaching style. And I find those things very inspiring. Yeah. So I wish she was still here.
Yeah. Wow. That's definitely sad to lose someone like that, but also how beautiful that, her impact is still showing up in your life and your work, and I'm sure many others.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So one final question, this word agile has come up a couple times in this conversation, but more broadly, when we think about agility, I'm curious to know what agility means to you.
Something called PDCA, plan, do, check, adjust. And it's the idea when you're agile, you can just keep trying again. And you don't have to get it right the first time. And I quote you, Betsy, all the time of it's all an experiment, right? And there's something just very forgiving and easy about this concept of let's learn together, let's treat each other. I guess respect is another one of the Scrum values. Let's treat each other with respect. Let's have the courage to take those experiments, and let's be really open about it.
Yeah.
So that's what appeals to me about Agile and what it means to me. I feel like those things just really aligned with my own values and approach to life as well.
Yeah. So. Yeah. I love that. And we're right back at the humanness of it all, yes. Right?
Exactly.
It's all about one-on-one, hearing the person, really listening deeply. And again, like that's what I really appreciated with your coaching style.
Thank you. Thank you.
So again, thank you for having this conversation today. I really appreciate it. And I hope you have a great day.
Yeah, you too. Thanks, Betsy.
Thanks.